Hi, Lelaine. Hmm. So I have no idea. Um, I'm doing okay. How are you? I have no idea how many people are gonna come or if anybody's gonna come at all. Because I'm not doing readings tonight. I'm just doing something different for me that I haven't done on here yet. I got a new deck in. I guess it came in today. That's good to hear. So I just wanted to talk energy of like a collective energy for everybody, uh, like a general message for the whole room type of thing. But so it is this deck here. It's the Sensual Goddess Tarot deck. It is by Oleana Potter and Frederick Potter. I'm guessing they're related somehow. Um, It is a deck with adult material in it, so it's really not something for kids to have their hands on. Um, it's a very feminine deck from what I can tell so far. Um, so, yeah, some information on the side of the box. I tried to do an unboxing of this, but I didn't have enough storage space on my phone. I did it on my laptop and then it decided to die, even though it was charged up pretty good. Um, so, yeah, it says that it is a perfect deck for anyone who wishes to do a reading about love, relationships, sensuality, or personal discovery. Um, it is inspired by the traditional Rider Waite standard deck, of course. I think you can use it for pretty much anything, but for the most part, it's really a deck to use for like relationships and like sexual energy, something like that. Um, let's see. It does have a guidebook. I've already went through it a little bit here. Um, Hi, Chelsea. But it's pretty much, the standard Rider Waite deck, except it's got nudity and it's more inspired to use just for love and relationships and things like that. Hi, Flower. So I've already got started talking about the deck, but this is the one that it is, the Sensual Goddess Tarot deck. Um, So normally I would purchase the deck after I have done research on it, but this particular deck I went on ahead and done it the other way around. I went on ahead and purchased the deck and then decided to do my research after I purchased it. I purchased it, I want to say 2 or 3 days ago, and it's already here, so that's good. Um, I think it was like $14.95. I got it off eBay. It is it's supposed to be new anyway. However, I'm flipping through it and I went through it a little bit while I was trying to do an unboxing for it. And it appears to be used a little bit. So it looks like maybe either I misunderstood something or they did a little false advertising there. But all I got to do is just clear the energy off and it'll be good to go. I don't know if it's used, however, it looks like it is. And the cards were out of order, so I'm assuming. But here is the backs. So this is all new to me. I haven't seen any of this stuff. Now I did see a few of the cards online, Google wise, but as far as um, seeing any YouTube videos and reviews or flip throughs, I looked that up and there is not any from what I can see unless I look too hard. Or maybe I didn't look long enough, so I missed something. But um, yeah. So, like I was saying, um, it does appear like it is a used copy, but because the cards were out of order, this would normally be at the top of the deck, but it ended up being throughout the middle, and all the suits are not together, or the major arcana. So, yeah. Anyway, so here is the, I guess you could say, introduction card. It says the power of the sensual, feminine, universal energy is unequaled by any other force. She is the giver of life, the nurturer of souls, and the balance to the darkness. There is no greater symbology for a tarot deck than the goddess archetype. And then you have the website here at the bottom of the card. I guess if you want to check it out, maybe purchase your own copy. Um, it is www.sensualgoddess.com. Um, but yeah, I guess what made me think it was new was because they're selling multiple copies. But I could have sworn I checked and it does say that the deck was new. But oh well. So let's go into the pictures here. So again, it has a lot of nudity in it. So if you're kind of sensitive to that, I would not recommend this. And I do apologize if you can't see the, you know, let me wipe this off. That may help because I noticed it's kind of blurry. Okay, so we have the lover. So again, they're out of order. So yes, that kind of nudity. It's not illustrated. It is photo art. Um, yeah, that's kind of something for me to get used to because I don't think I have a deck in my collection with um, I have like illustrated decks that are illustrated nudity, like somebody drew it, but not like photographs, I don't think. But that's the lovers. And then we have the hermit. So it's pretty much all women. Now, in some of the cards, they do have a man standing alongside of a woman, but I don't think there's one in here with the man by himself. Um, so the hermit there. The hanged spirit. So I guess instead of the hangman, it would be the hanged spirit. And then the fool. The empress. So if I'm going too fast, let me know. Hi, Aries 17. Yeah, it's different. It's different for me too. I'm really not sure what drawing me to it. I didn't, like I said, I did my research this time after I purchased it when I would normally do it the other way around. Um, but I don't mind nudity, but I know some people are kind of sensitive to it or it's just not their thing. So the Empress, and then Wheel of Fortune. It's supposed to be like this. So I guess it's a go-to for like sexual energy, sensual, and love and relationships. But yeah, it's not. But I didn't see any reviews or anything on YouTube about this, so that's one reason why I wanted to, present it to you guys, because from what I see, there's nobody talking about this deck. So I was like, maybe I should get it started, or, you know. Now, I'm not sure if I'm the first, because it could be something where a situation where maybe I just didn't look long enough. But so far, I guess you can say it's safe to say that it's the first video up here about this particular deck so far. It could be many others, but I just haven't seen them. So again, for those of you who are just coming in, this is the box here, Sensual Goddess Tarot deck. It is by Oleana Potter and Frederick Potter. I'm guessing they're related. They may be like a couple or something, but I'm not sure. And then there's guidebook, pretty much like the standard Rider-Waite deck, except it's specifically catered to a whole different spectrum, I guess you can say, aspect. So, Wheel of Fortune. What is this? Two of Wands. So, some of them, some of them you can't see the nudity, but it's there for the most part. Two of Swords. So far, I think I like it. Two of Pentacles. I don't know. I'm not really a big Harry Potter fan. I'm not sure that I ever was, but yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't get into Harry Potter a lot, so I mean, I can't really judge that because I haven't been. And then you have Two of Cups. So, like I said before, I get it. It is a feminine based deck. However, there are some cards that have a man in them, but I don't see that there is a man by himself. So, Two of Cups. Three of, why do I keep wanting to say swords? Wands. Obviously, that would be wands. Okay. So, Ace of Cups. Trying to figure out how I would use this, especially in the general readings. I mean, I know the obvious, but just trying to make sure this is right. Okay, those I don't think are cups, or are they? I believe they are cups. They just don't all look the same. Like in the regular Rider-Waite deck, they all look the same. But they may be called something else. So I'm gonna look. Yeah. As far as the deck goes, so far, I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's a clear and fresh type of feeling, because I feel that too. I'm trying to see. Okay, so these I haven't shown yet. What are the ones that I showed? Give me 1 second. Okay, those are the ones that I showed. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out if these are cups because they all look different. In the wider weight standard deck, you can tell it apart because they all look the same. Um, but let me see if there's something that's because they could be chalices instead of cups. Um, let's see. I believe it's cups. They just made them all look different. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with cups. Um, so there's death, ace of wands. So again, they are out of order. Um, so I guess it was used. Um, three of pentacles. The world. Hmm. Three of cups. That looks like eight of wands. This is eight of swords. Nine of pentacles. That's a strange image for that one, but okay. I mean, it's unique. Um, so by the way, the card stock is not the best. So you do have to be very careful with these. Um, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, or Seven of Cups, I believe. Yeah. And Seven of Wands. Four, no, Five of Cups, or Six of Cups, because I was about to say that looks a little too happy for Five of Cups. Five of Cups is like a self reflection, sad, depressing type of card. And when I looked at this, I didn't see that. So, yeah, I got the number wrong. So that is Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Hmm. The Hierophant. Hmm. Nine of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. And Five of Wands. Okay, so this actually goes with this card perfectly, I think. Four of Cups. It's a card of boredom. just looking for something different and can't find it. I would hate, like, if we were doing like a sexual based type of reading, I would definitely hate to get this if I'm asking about somebody in particular. That would be embarrassing for me, but um, yeah. So, Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Hmm. Four of Wands. So there's another with a guy. So far, we've only stumbled across three cards with men in them, and that was Six of Cups, Four of Wands, um, and the Lovers. May have been the extra one, but I can't remember what it was. Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles. So this looks like Four of Swords. I don't know how I feel about that particular image for that card, or the message that usually goes along with that card. Ace of Swords. I think so far, this would be one of my favorites. I have no idea why, but it is a favorite. Um, let's see. Okay, so it looks like either I got one of the cards wrong. Okay, so this is Four of Swords. I said Three of Swords, but I meant four. This one is Three of Swords. Temperance. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. The Tower. That's interesting. So the woman is staring. It looks like, from what it looks like to me, it looks like she's causing the explosion. Because she's got her hands up like she's the one that's making it happen, like by magic or something. And then her window is also broken, and she's just watching it fall apart, is what it looks like. No problem, Flower. So I just seen your message. Hi, Alina. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just kind of in the cards, so I haven't really looked at the chat, so I do apologize. The Sun. The Star. The Moon. These are first impressions, by the way. I have only seen maybe a few of these online. The Magician. Hi, Arabia. So, Ten of Swords. Good morning. So, it's almost 2 o'clock a.m. here. So, yeah, I am doing, I'm doing okay. How are you doing? For the most part, I am peachy. Ten of Pentacles. Uh, so I've gone through most of the cards so far. I'm going to go through the rest of them as well. But for those of you that are just coming in, I am going over the Sensual Goddess Tarot deck. I did just order it maybe a couple of days ago, and it's already made it in the mail. It is adult material and contains photographed and artistic nudity. So keep that in mind. It is based off of the traditional standard Rider-Waite deck. It does come with a guidebook. It's pretty much the same as that, except this one has nudity in it. It's more feminine based, and it's more used for sensual energy, sexual energy, and love and relationships. Hi, Rabia. So tonight, as on the title, I am just going over the deck and just going over the deck and just maybe talking to people tonight and just chit chatting. I'm not intend to do any readings right now tonight. I might do some tomorrow, um, but I'm not doing any personal reads. What I might do though before I get off here, which I don't know when that is going to be, is do like a general message for everybody, a collective message for the room. But as far as personal messages tonight, I'm not doing that. But you can catch me any other time. Usually, other times I will be doing that. Just subscribe if you are new, and you should be notified of when I have another live. It'll be easier for you to find me, and I do try to do lives more often, or as often as I can. And yeah. So soon I will be doing personal pools, but tonight I'm just focused on getting to know the deck and introducing it to people. And then once I get more acquainted with it, I'll bring it back out and maybe do personal pools. So, um, but if you like, you can stay for the general pool that I'll do for everybody once I get through going over the deck. So we have 10 of Cups, a family oriented card, family, home life, being content, the Chariot, movement, 10 of Wands, the Devil, Knight of Wands, the Emperor. Yeah, this time around, I've just decided to do something different. Normally, I would do readings, personal readings out here from time to time, but for this one, I just wanted to go over a deck, do something that I haven't really done on this channel. So I've never done a live full flip through or a live unboxing of a deck. This will be the first. Um, So this looks like 9 of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. I could swear I already seen this card. Or said the name anyway. 9 of Swords. Ten of Wands. Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles. No problem. Page of Swords. I could swear I already did that. Page of Wands. Queen of Cups. Whoops. That might be a sign. King of Swords. King of Wands. The High Priestess. So, and that is the card that is actually on the back of the box. Queen of Wands. Judgment. King of Cups. So again, it is a deck with nudity all throughout it. So if that's something people are not into, or they feel it's not to be I don't know the word. I wouldn't say exploited, but I wouldn't, if somebody has an issue with that type of thing, this definitely isn't a deck for them. Justice. Knight of Cups. Hi, Lily. I am doing well. How are you? And then we have King of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. We are down to the last two cards. When I get to the last one here, I'll go ahead and shuffle and do a general for the room. Six of Wands. And then Strength. So those are all the cards. If you missed the cards and you would like to see the rest of them, this will be uploaded after I end the stream. I'm not going to delete it. But yeah, so let's do a general pool for the room. What energy do we want to look into? I guess we can do general love and relationships because Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, these are very hard to shuffle, at least in the way that I normally shuffle. So So if anybody is interested in this deck, I did get it from eBay for $14.95. At least that was the price for US. It can differ if it's out of the country, like if it's in Australia or some other part of the world. So I don't know. God, this deck is really, really annoying to shuffle. Okay. So let's see. So 8 of Wands is what we have. So 8 of Wands is usually, it could be a card about travel. It could be a card about communication coming forward, or just communication in general. Can usually be about some type of communication coming via social media. Um, it talks about journeys. Well, I'm not doing a spread. I'm just doing a one card general. This is for the whole room, everybody collectively. Um, it's 8 of Wands. Now, for this particular deck, it is sensual, it is sexual, it is love and relationships. So this would be about, if we're talking about sex here with this card, it would more than likely be about learning how to communicate more while you are having sex with your partner. Arabia, I'm not really sure what you mean. Um, but it is pretty much about the way you communicate with your partner. So just kind of, because people can normally, they can, it's a normal instinct to kind of take something the wrong way from time to time. So communicate more clearly with your partner, not even just sexually, but generally as well. It could be a sign for most of you that your communication is about to get deeper and it's about to get better. Um, and it might be a little bit more sensual. Also, this could speak of, since we are talking about Eight of Wands and it is a travel card, this is maybe about you and somebody spending time together, out of town or somewhere away from home. Um, so, pretty much just working on the way you communicate with your partner. Um, Specific questions, no, that would be a personal reading. Like I mentioned, I'm just doing, this is just a general one card message that is for the whole room. Well, I can look into that for you in a reading, Rabia, if you would like me to. But like I mentioned, I'm not doing personal pulls tonight. I'm just trying to get acquainted with this new deck, and I was trying to introduce it to some people, since I didn't really see anything about it on YouTube. So, yeah. You can come back at a time where I am doing personal readings and questions and things. Um, I will put up my website for anybody that wants to get a reading. But so there's my website if anybody wants to look around. Um, and maybe get a reading at some point if you happen to miss me on another live stream, or if I'm just not doing, personal readings. I do not always, well, I try not to always do them on live. Tonight's intentions for me was to get to know this new deck here. And sure. So, Arabia, I put the link up there if you are interested in getting a reading. Um, Again, you can either look at that link or come back at a time where I am doing personal readings and pools for everybody. And I do welcome you. Subscribe if you're new. That'll help you, keep up with the videos that I'm posting as well as live streams so you don't miss out on those opportunities when I do give them out, when I do offer them. So, but for this general pool for everybody, it's just about communicating with your partner more, learning to communicate with their body language more, and also communicating your sexuality more. Um, hmm. I do have yes or no questions for $1.80. That's just where you ask a yes or no question and you get a simple yes or no answer. So, or maybe answer if I use my pendulum. So that's a cheap option there if you just want something simple. But so I'm going to go in the guidebook here. So I just gave you my feel of what I felt this card meant for the type of energy that this deck gives. So it's Eight of Wands. No problem, Rabia. I understand, and I do hate that you feel like that. I honestly do. I've been in your shoes though, if it makes you feel any better. So all I can tell you is to take it one day at a time. Sometimes a reading may not help you because I can You might get a reading from me or any other reader, and it just may simply depress you even more because not every reader is going to tell you what you want to hear, especially somebody like me. I'm a real authentic, gifted person. Um, and even if you want to hear that, this person is coming back, if I don't see that, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it, whatever news I get to you, with compassion and utmost respect. But however, I'm never going to be one of those readers that tells every person that somebody is coming back. So if you do get a reading from me, even if you get a free reading from me, do keep that in mind. But like I said, all I can do is tell you to take it one day at a time. I've been in your shoes, so even people's advice, even this type of advice, didn't help me. It kind of made me even sadder. Um, but yeah, if I do see that person coming back, I will let you know in that reading. However, like I said, I don't go around telling everybody that a guy or that a person is coming back to them. That's just not what I do. Um, yeah, so do expect realistic, logical answers with me, um, as well as the truth is how I see things. So even if you're in here getting a free message, keep that in mind. If you're sensitive, to the truth, or sensitive about hearing things you don't want to hear, just I would not recommend you going to me. But anyways, so I mean, I do hope you feel better. I've been in your shoes a couple of times before. So I know nothing I'm gonna say is gonna make you feel any better, probably. Um, hmm. Okay. So okay. Um. So I kind of. I don't know if I'm, maybe because I'm talking to you, that's why your energy is coming through, but I don't know if somebody here, maybe not even here, maybe it's just some random message, but somebody here is focused on a person with a T name. It could be first, middle, or last name. I'm not going to get into any specifics, um, but I'm just running that by if it resonates with anybody. Um, it says there's one person in here. It was a second person before I finished that sentence, but I'm trying to look for. This is a very different deck here because it doesn't have the cards in order even in the book. It has um they're all categorized by the number instead of the suits. Okay, so the guidebook's definition is uh the Eight of Wands tarot card is probably one of the most obscure in the deck. The classic interpretation of this card seems equally vague. For example, Eden Gray interprets this card with the passage approach to a new goal, new ideas will receive swift action, journey by arrows of love, find their mark, love of open air, garden, meadows, and field sports. Um, we therefore interpreted this illustration to incorporate many of the main themes, such as the garden meadow, pink for love, the open air, and the heavy spear, which represents holding on to a goal. The Eight of Wands form a path through which our sensual goddess travels journey. Okay. Given the many varied interpretations of this card by different authors, I would suggest that the reader adopt the interpretation that best suits the person who is being read. I feel like that's for all cards, not just for this card, but um, who is being read for, as well as the situation surrounding the reading and the question of the seeker. But as this is a wands card, I believe that it would be safe to assume the meaning to be one surrounding family issues of the home or aspects that pertain to living well. It strikes me as being a very good card. Okay, so the guidebook is definitely really confusing with that. What I'm gonna do is just go off of the traditional meanings that I know. I'm always gonna use my intuition and spirit to help me interpret as well when I'm using these cards, and just go with the normal meanings, but make it go with hi Lily, make it go with the theme of the deck, if that makes sense. So that was the card message there for everyone. Eight of Wands. Um so somebody Hi Lily. So I'm not doing personal questions or personal pools here, unfortunately, tonight. This is a night where I'm just going over a deck and getting to know a deck. Um and introducing it, since I did not see it on YouTube. I just want to introduce it to people. You're more than welcome to come back at a time where I am offering those things. Um, as far as zodiac signs as well, I don't really connect with those. They may pop up in the readings from time to time, but primarily speaking, I don't, need a birth date or zodiac sign. As far as like how does a Pisces feel about you, that could indicate any Pisces. It might not just be um your Pisces. Um because you're not giving a specific name, you're giving a zodiac sign. So it may not give you, the Pisces that you're wanting to speak about. So you'll have to be more specific with that. Um, but yeah, so do come back if anybody is interested in something um, like a card pull personally for you, for your energy, or a question. So normally if I'm doing questions or anything of the sort, it will be in the title of the live. Um, if it's not in the title, then likely I'm not doing like personal readings or even readings at all. Um, yeah, that's why I named it the specific title. I named it because I figured people would, grasp onto the idea, but I guess not. But anyway, if anybody has general questions like asking about my gifts, asking about, card decks and things like that, I'm happy to answer those. As for if you would like a reading outside of YouTube, or um, maybe you would just like to look around one day, you can visit that link there. Yeah. So if anybody has any general questions like about my gift or more about the deck here that I have, feel free to ask and I will answer to the best of my ability. So the card message that I pulled for everyone is Eight of Wands. In this particular deck, it is mostly about learning to communicate with your partner on a different and deeper level, learning how to use body language as a tool to connect and communicate. So I've already went through the whole deck. I did a full flip through. And I pulled a card for everybody here for a general message for everybody. So I was connecting with somebody. I wasn't trying to. Sometimes it'll happen even if I'm not trying to do a reading. But nobody ever answered to it. I was saying that I'm not picking up on it now, however, but this is what I was feeling before. Somebody, there was only two people in the room at the time. Some people don't answer because they're scared to. It's not that I'm not accurate or anything, but some people just choose not to reply because they get scared, and that's understandable. But I was saying that somebody was focused on somebody. It came out as a clear name. However, it doesn't. It could be just a name close to that. It was definitely a T name. Um, you can get names better when there's few people in the room. Like I said, at the time there were two, and it was somebody that was focused on a name like Toby, maybe Tori, uh, Terrence, something with a T around that. Something around that type of name or close to it. First, middle, or last name, or it could be both or all three. But nobody replied to it, so I don't know. It could be somebody that came in here and then left. When I do get names, I'm rarely wrong about them. So, but I don't know who it was for. Generally, so I've known of my gift for a long time. Like I knew I was different when I was younger. However, I didn't know to what extent until I got a little bit older. Um, it started pretty much with family members dying, and then just a whole lot of weird stuff happened that I would pick up on before it happened. Um, the point is that I knew my gifts before cards. Before I got into cards, I did not like the idea of them. I know it's weird because here I am today with a shelf full of decks and wanting to get more. Um, I found out about my abilities, or I embraced them, let's say, because I already knew about them. But um, I got into cards much, much later. So I would say I've been diving into Oracle cards and tarot cards for, um, let's see, I would say since 2016. 2014 is when I really started to recognize them and see them around. And then I eventually got into them myself. At first, I was not really into it. Um, Cards are not a necessary tool for me to use. However, I've decided to use them and I fell in love with them ever since. And I try to incorporate them in all my readings. Again, I don't need them necessarily. They're more of a tool to validate and confirm something that is already being told to me by my spirit guides. But for the most part, they are in sync with my abilities and I love to use them. So I would say I've been reading tarot, like I said, since 2016 personally. Is it possible to feel that you know someone like you or people in general, like you can feel it, or am I just crazy? Let me see. Is it possible to feel that you know someone likes you? Okay. Um, Even for somebody that's not gifted, that would be normal. And it is possible. Um, yeah, it's very possible. You're not crazy. I mean, you can just read people's vibes and kind of get that, get a feel of what they're about, and you can sense if they like you on a deeper level, or even if they just like you in a friendly way. No, it doesn't have to be a reason. As a reader here before you, I'm drawn to a lot of people that I don't know for no reason. So, um, and people for the most part are very drawn to me. Um, like people have always been comfortable telling me things that they would not ever tell another soul. Um, yeah, that's just been me pretty much my whole life. Um, so yeah, like even somebody that is very secretive, they will tell me stuff. So yeah, that is a gift also. I mean, mostly it might be because I don't run my mouth. Like if you tell me something, I don't go back and tell it because it's not my place and I wouldn't want anybody else to do it to me for the most part. But yeah. Hmm. I really wish I knew who that person was. Not personal readings in here today or tonight or the morning. It's 2:38 a.m. right now. But for the most part, this was just a video to get acquainted with the new deck that I've received. But I do have up here that I just pasted or copied and pasted into the thing a general message that was pulled for everybody. So I may do some soon. I don't know when. I usually just do it when I'm called to do it. But there's a message, Eight of Wands. Communicating with your partner on a different and deeper level by using body language. Basically, because of the type of deck it is, that's the interpretation that Spirit gave me for that particular card. Let me go back and find it. Let me see. This is the one it was. It was Eight of Wands. Yes. It is based on sexual, sensual, feminine energy. So that is why there's pretty much nothing but nudity in it. And that's why that particular meaning is what I felt for it. So I will be doing maybe I don't know when, but I'll try to do personal readings. I don't make it a habit because people will come ask for questions every day, and that's not necessarily a good thing. It's not that I don't want to answer questions every day. It's just that you really need to space out readings, and yeah, it's not good to. There's my link if anybody wants to maybe have a not just to me, but for generally for everybody out there. You don't want to keep coming back, asking. I mean, if you change your questions up, okay, but you just keep that same question, which a lot will do. It's it's draining. I am an Aquarius. Um, but yeah, I do have yes or no questions that I offer on my website. It's $1.80. It's just if you need something simple and to the point, you ask a yes or no question and you'll get a yes or no answer. Yes, no, and maybe if I'm using my pendulum. Interesting. Before anybody leaves, because every time I get to this point, people start leaving out. Somebody in particular, I think it may have been somebody that already left. Because I'm not really picking up on the energy now. Nice. I think though men Aquarius are very different from women Aquariuses. That's the one thing I do think. Mine is January 28th. My dad is an Aquarius also. Um hmm, Me too. But yeah, somebody, it was like a T name that came through really strongly. Normally, when I get names so specifically, I'm never really wrong about them. Rarely wrong. I can be wrong, but rarely about first names. I do get first specific names. Sometimes, and depending on the energy of a person, it's not going to happen with everybody, but um, I would say maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, I was picking up on a T name. It's not somebody's name in here. It was somebody that somebody was focusing on, first, middle, or last name, or it could be all three, could be two of them, whatever. It was like Toby or Terrence or Tori, something like that, something close to it. But I don't know who it was. But if it resonates with anybody, feel free to let me know. You don't have to be shy because I've seen where I would be accurate with people and they would kind of get scared off because of how accurate it is. So I don't want to make anybody feel like they have to leave. That will happen a lot. Um, but yeah. It's just a name. Hmm. Are they two different guys, is what you're saying? And they're the same sign? The same birthday? The same exact birthday, February? Um, I wouldn't say weird. I've, like when my partner and I were having problems, of course we were, trying to move on by maybe talking to other people. I would never go further than just communicating via text message or maybe online or something like that during those separation periods. At least I didn't. I don't know about him, but I started talking to somebody and they had the same birthday, exact birth date, year up to the year, the month, and the day. And to me, it was a sign that me and the guy that I was having issues with were supposed to be um, together or whatever it was, but it was definitely a sign for me. I wouldn't say that it's weird, but I would definitely say it's more than likely a message about the previous person that you were with before you got into this other person, generally speaking. So it would be, in that case, it should be a sign. It's not, yeah, I would say that it's a sign saying that you should reconnect somehow with the person that you had a connection with that birth date before. Hi, Kai. Nice to see you. I know I'm on a little late or early or whatever people call almost 3 o'clock in the morning, but um, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Now, that issue is still bothering me. I'm not going to lie. No, I've been on so far, according to this time thingy majigger, an hour and 16 minutes. So, not just getting on. Um, So, my dad is February 16th. My mom is an earth sign also. So, that's kind of, looks like we got kind of the same situation going on, Lacey. My mom is April 28th. So she has my day, like the date of birth for me. Um, and my oldest sister, she is April 2nd, so Mom's month, but I have her date and I thought that was really cool. Um yeah. So my mom's a Taurus, I'm Aquarius, my dad's an Aquarius. Um I believe my oldest sister is, I want to say, an Aries. Um and my younger sister, um I think she is, and I'm probably way off, but like a Cancer. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Uh, she's July 13th, the younger one. She's just younger than me by a year. I don't really know my full birth chart, to be honest, but high flower child. Um, but hmm, um, the only, well, first off, I didn't date very many people. Like I may have talked to people and maybe, had a little thing going here and there with a few people. Um, but as far as like real relationships, boyfriends, I've only had two. Um, and it's complicated. It's very complicated. Um, Technically, the guy that I'm working things out with now, he is, technically he would be the first, but I knew him before I knew this other guy. But it's complicated. Trust me. I'll just wait till the book comes out. But anyway, it's really complicated. But he was, the guy I'm dealing with now is a Leo. And my ex from, I dated him in my senior year of high school. Uh, a few months. It didn't last. He was a Libra. So, yeah, you see how well that lasted. Two air signs together. Um, yeah, Leo and Aquarius is though, that's a whole different story. And let's just say what they say about those two being paired together. For my situation, it is exactly true. Yes, I'm an Aquarius and he is a Leo. Oh yeah. The thing is that you know how Leos are. Them, they are a piece of work. But me and him together, that's a different story. Like we're both very stubborn, and that's exactly why we keep having misunderstandings. Gotta be about to take all that on. Yeah, gotta be able. Okay. Yeah, I I think it's like 8 years that I've been dealing with him, and it hasn't been easy. As a matter of fact, it kind of started off rocky when we first met. Um, Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I wasn't even interested or even knew anything about zodiac signs. So trust me, when you know, it's a complicated story of how we even met and how we got to where we are now. Um, yeah, but I can assure you that wasn't his sign that I guess attracted me to him because at first, like I wasn't um I wouldn't say it wasn't looks. It was more when we first met, he tried to move way too fast. And when I say fast, I'm not talking about sex or anything. I'm talking about um, he wanted to marry me and get a place together and have a kid when we were 16 and 17 years old. All his idea, and that's kind of scared me off. And at that point, he would have been my first boyfriend, and at the time I was a girl that was not focused on crushes or boyfriends or any of that stuff. I was just focused on getting out of school. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to maybe have a little something, while I was going through high school and stuff, but it just wasn't my main focus. um but yeah, then we got out of school. Well, he actually didn't finish school. Um, yeah, he didn't graduate high school. So we also did not live in the same city and we did not go to the same school. We met through, yeah, he was like that generally. I don't even know if that was his sign or if I believe that was just him. Um, and I think he's still like that to this day. He likes to move a little fast, but he had a guy friend, I had a girlfriend, and those two got together and they thought it would be a brilliant idea to introduce me and him together. And so many people were just pressuring me to be with him. So that's another reason why I just didn't, I wouldn't say didn't want to be with him, but it was that I didn't, um, I don't know, it was just scaring me. But yeah, yeah. I literally I was the kid in the classroom who actually wanted to learn. And I got really annoyed when people, tried to interrupt me from doing that. And I was always a shy person, but eventually I got tired and I started speaking up. And yeah, yeah. But I mean, he even had my sister trying to get me with him, and if they didn't do that, I think I would have been with him much sooner. But eventually, a year and a half a year later, I did go ahead and give him a chance, and he ended up being a really nice guy. Now we've been through some stuff since then, but right now we're okay. Let's just say that. Um, but yeah. Me either. But I got tired of that and I just started saying, look, now I'm trying to learn. I don't know about you, but I want to graduate. And yeah, so can we pay attention to the teacher so I can concentrate? And write notes down and everything. But yeah. And people were shocked at that because I was a quiet person. I was a person that didn't smile a lot. Um, yeah. And I still don't smile a lot today. I try to, but I mean, he did show something that other people didn't show, and that was um, persistence. I am January, so my birthday has already passed on by. And my dad is February Aquarius. Oh, yeah. I know he did then. Now, I question it a lot now, but he definitely did then. I didn't have to question it then. Hmm. um, Seems like there's a lot of Aquarius energy in here. But mm, I don't know if I'd say if unless I'm misunderstanding your message, but I don't know if I would say it would take a lot because really I am a simple person. I don't expect a lot from somebody. Like literally the smallest things I would be grateful for. Like I don't expect nobody to give me anything. I don't expect you to give me money or to buy me anything. Literally, I just want to be able to communicate with you in a positive way, spend time with you, that type of thing. Like I'm very, very, very simple. Um, what sign am I most comfortable around? Hmm. Yeah. Um, I never really thought about that, but I guess I'll say earth sign because my mom's an earth sign. Um, and I'll say element instead of just a sign, particular sign. Get along with the most. Let me see. I don't know. Mm, I would probably say Tauruses, maybe, or like just a whole element of Earth, generally. And I would say fire signs because you would think fire and air are very different, but they do balance each other out. Um, I would say, I mean, I don't really just judge people based off their signs because we can all be very different, but it's like, um, my dad is an air sign, and sometimes we would have, um, me and him, I wouldn't say we didn't get along, but we had a lot of disagreements here and there. Um, but I mean, I guess generally I get along with them. I don't know. Um, and then this guy that I was talking about, that I'm seeing now and have been seeing for 8 years. Uh, he his mom is also an earth sign too, which I thought uh wasn't weird, but when I found that out, it kind of, I don't know, it just made me, I have no idea, but his mom's an earth sign, my mom's an earth sign, and then fire and air, Leo and Aquarius, even if they have a bunch of issues, uh being on the right track with each other, sometimes they actually balance each other out. Um and they're very compatible. So I guess I would say that I thought it was kind of strange and maybe partly the reason why me and him are constantly having all these problems and then working them out. And yeah, so the thing about this Leo is that he likes to argue. He likes to argue. Like, I don't know if it's a turn on or what it is, but he definitely likes to argue. Yeah. I mean, he's actually gotten a little bit better with it, but for the most part, he's ready for an argument. Um, One thing I will say about that notification bell though is that it does not always work because people are telling me that they don't get the notifications all the time when I'm live or even when I put up a new video. So, but I'm not sure because I don't really just plan these things. I just get on if I feel compelled to. But hmm, but yeah. Ow. Um, I think there is some settings. I've heard one YouTuber talking about there's a certain way to click that button to be notified of everything from um from somebody that is live. I don't remember how she said to do it, but you have it's like personal settings on there that you have to adjust. So there's the message for everybody that missed it when I did it. Um, but yeah, have a good night. I really should be in bed, but I can't sleep. And then I do have to be up early in the morning. Um, well, not necessarily have to, but um, so there it is. By the way, the card that we got for the overall energy, Eight of Wands. But yeah, I'm going to the grocery store quite early where there's nobody in the way. I know the last couple of times I went to the grocery store, I had overwhelming anxiety. And I don't know if that was like from somebody in the store or if it was just me being crazy, but hi, Anna. Hi, Anna. So I'm not doing personal questions today. What I was doing is getting to know this new deck that I have and introducing it to people. However, I did pull an overall card for everybody, and it was the Eight of Wands. Um, and that is the message for it. This deck is really about sensual and sexual energy or energy related to love and relationships. So I used the normal meaning, but got spirit to give me a meaning that went along with this particular deck for that card. So Eight of Wands is what came up. It's usually a card of communication, maybe travel, maybe communication via social media, possibly just needing to work on your communication with somebody better, or maybe needing to spend time with this person out of town and work on your communication, like on a trip, learning how to use body language. That's what I picked up for this particular deck with Eight of Wands for the energy for right now. So if you would like to ask a question, I do offer yes or no questions on my website for $1.80. It's just when you need something quick and to the point. Ask a yes or no question and you'll get a simple yes or no answer. Now, sometimes if I feel it needs clarification, I might add a few extra words, but for the most part, it is just a yes or no question. Or answer. Yeah, I mean I didn't have a problem with going to the grocery store up until towards the end of last year. Like I had bad anxiety last year. It's getting better. However, it's still a little hard for me to deal with. Um and then these readings that just adds on to it. However, I try to help the best I can and I feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing. So um but yeah. So, Lacey, I did just receive an order from you. Um, no problem. I would do it here, but I'm afraid that I might pick up on other energies if there's multiple people in the room. Um, but you'll get a much more accurate answer when it's just me sending an email or, yeah, me. Also, you can find me on if anybody like wants just live chat where you just type. I'm on my Tarot Advisor. My gifted soul will be underneath my name there. Um, so it shouldn't be hard to find me. So that's my website for anybody else. But I did receive your order, so it should also send you an email notification as well that you. It's just a notification that says that your payment and your order went through successfully. So I'll normally send a order confirmation email, um, which I will send to you. If not tonight when I get off, I'll do it tomorrow. Um, but trying to delete this. I don't know how I copied and pasted all that. I wouldn't call it fun, but I mean, I will try. I have to go unless I want to starve. But again, that is the card message. But um, Eight of Wands. But yeah. So I hope you sleep well. Mm, I'm having my sister take me, and she's trying to leave early in the morning. Um, if since we're leaving pretty early, it'll be around a time where there's hardly anybody in the store. Um, so maybe that might help. Hmm. I can be a morning person sometimes. I just came up with a pick a card reading, but I don't know for this particular deck. Um, Before you go, I do want to get your opinion on something. So this is kind of like a sexual type of deck, like I mentioned. So I'm wondering how would you feel about I don't know. Um and some people are gonna find this like maybe too sensitive. Um and I don't want to have to end up giving a no answer to this question. Um like a question, a pick a card reading asking uh if someone enjoys sex with you. I really don't. I want to do that, but I don't want to offend some people because I know if I say no to somebody, which I might end up having to do, and there are times where there are questions, but there could be a mix of both. There could be all no's. Yeah, I know. I just know a lot of people. They would be kind of shy to even click on it. I might just need to come up with a better question, but still while still looking into that. Or how do they view sex with me or whatever. I don't know. I'm definitely I don't know. So I don't want to keep you because I know you say you want to go to bed. So, but I thought I'd just ask somebody that and um, maybe see what kind of response I would get. But I think I will keep it in mind. Yeah, maybe something like that. I want something that will not make people afraid to click and see an answer. Because they'll be like, they'll just be focused on, well, what if she says no? And then, people get offended and they'll be like, I know for a fact that they enjoy it with me and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, people don't get that the general pickle card readings, they're not going to resonate with everybody. But still, there are quite a few people that think it's supposed to. Um, so I don't know. I was asked to do a pick a card reading based on sex not long ago, but I just never did it. It was before I even got this deck. But this deck is specifically kind of catered to that type of energy. So, yeah, I think I'll probably do that. Like something that's not yes or no. You're welcome. Yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and head off right along with you. For the new person who has joined us, that was our card message, Eight of Wands. Um, that is the card there. The message I just copied and pasted what I typed. And then if you want to get a reading with me at some point, um, my website um, is here. I do offer yes or no questions for $1.80, just for a simple yes or no answer. Um, if you're looking for something cheap and simple. And I did do a full flip through of this deck also. So if anybody wants to watch it, uh, it will be uploaded. I'm just trying to figure out why my finger is bleeding. I think that's from earlier. Hmm. I don't know how I'm just now seeing it, but okay. Uh, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and head off. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. I try to be on live as much as I can. I do offer free readings from time to time here, personal card pools, things like that. Never know when I'm gonna do it, so it'll be easier to find me if you subscribe. And I also do general readings here as well. But yeah, good night. I may come back later on in the daylight hours. I'm not gonna promise it, but I might and do some live readings. Maybe donation based as well as something free. I'll include something free for those who can't make a donation. Something like that. I don't know. May just all be completely free. Just depends on what spirit wants me to do. But I will see you guys mm, when I see you because I don't want to say later on and then not be here. So, um, yeah. I will email you, Lacey, about your order. and get your question from you. It'll be coming from that email right there. Um, yeah. No problem. So let me get off of here before I end up staying on her another hour again. But alrighty, I will be back at some point. Let's just say that.